Most people know how much they're making per hour or how much they could make per hour, or they know how much their monthly check is. People tend to know their income. Expenses, not so much. People tend to know their rent, they tend to know their car payment, but then it gets a little foggy with food. It gets a little foggy with entertainment. It gets a little foggy with shopping. So I would say that to get a hold of your life, your financial life, because to pay attention to your finances is to relieve stress. Stress comes from the unknown. And when we think we're doing bad, we don't want to pay attention to it. It's like, if you're eating something unhealthy, you really don't want to look at the food label. And I did that for many years. I became obese, and in a part of my life, I didn't really pay attention enough to my expenses. Again, I knew my income. And that's the key thing here. There's three parts of financial well-being that as you mature, you want to become aware of so that you can help yourself to relieve stress, to prevent burnout. And so the knowledge of your income, how much you make per hour, how much you make per month, whatever it may be, your take-home pay, and your expenses at the end of every month. Add your rent, add your car payment. If you don't have a car payment, you have car insurance. And look at your food. Look at your entertainment. Look at all the factors so that you know, as an example, you make $3,000 per month and your bills, not just your rent and your car, but your food, your entertainment, your bills are about $2,500 per month. You want to know your income minus your expenses and what's left over. Do you have $500 left over every month? Or do you owe money every month and you borrow from Peter to pay Paul, so to speak, which I did for a season of my life? You have to know that. Because at least you want to know, do you owe $500 every month and you're taking it from somewhere else, putting it on debt? Or you're saving $500 every month, but you don't know where it is. You don't know where it goes. Now we get to the most important part of financial independence, the missing money. Missing money is in gambling, drug use, and other behavior that you don't recognize or acknowledge that you are burning most of your leftover money or a big portion of your income to. Most people are willing to admit they pay high rent. People love to bitch about that. People love to bitch about high gas prices. And some people say, look, I have, Starbucks, or some people say, I'm going to cut out coffee. I'm going to make my own coffee. And then they go buy a coffee filter, a coffee machine, milk, sugar, coffee grinds. You ain't saving that much money on coffee. But, what they don't tell you is they bet on fantasy football excessively. What they don't tell you is they are addicted to prostitutes. They're addicted to drugs. The missing money is in behavior that you don't share with other people or you don't acknowledge enough. And you don't have to share it with other people, guys. This isn't an AA meeting, okay? But I want you to be empowered. And I want you to help yourself as best you can. Okay? I look at my life, okay, and I don't do drugs. I don't gamble. But I would say at times, if I look at my end of the year tax returns, it could be risking too much money in stocks, losing more money in stocks than I'm making. Okay? And that can be in the gambling category. And I've learned to mitigate that over the years, not to burn into my, net overall income and where I need to be. But that's through failure, okay? And that's through years of growing and maturing and focusing on this area. Because to retire early or to be financially independent, if that's your goal, and again, what I want to tell you is when you're financially independent, you don't stress that much going to work. Instead of quitting your job, this is what I recommend you do. Become financially independent. Because stress at work when you're rich as fuck, it don't bother you that much. Quitting your job when you're not rich as fuck, you'll be stressed out. And that's why I tell you guys tips on preventing burnout. It's keep working, cut your expenses, downsize, and then where's your missing money? Gambling, drugs, etc. Then get a hold of that, decrease your expenses, increase your income, pick up a side hustle, keep your main job. And then if you're living this lean life where you have steady income plus side income plus low expenses, you have a lot of room to deal with life aggravation. Car breakdown, it's not fun, but it's not going to make you burn out. A bad day at work, it's not fun, but it's not going to make you quit. Higher gas prices, you don't like seeing the extra money on the pump, but and high purchases could be missing money. I saw some guy who lives in his RV. He got about $70,000 RV. And he just bought a golf cart, $12,000. And he was complaining about paying high gas prices. Where's his missing money? He buys too much stuff. But he's got the income, and he probably still has a surplus, so he's willing to do that. But like I said, guys, your financial freedom is your income minus your expenses, and then understand where the missing money goes. And then you could work till you're 90, you wouldn't really care. And then you could probably retire at 40, 30, or maybe younger, because if you know how to manage your expenses and provide yourself an income, then you're good. But maintaining an income is key. It doesn't have to be with the same industry, the same company. And there's some entrepreneur ways to make money, but you got to be honest about your steady source of income. And you can't cut your expenses to financial freedom. That's one. There's 3 elements. You can't eliminate one element. People want to look at life and look, you always have to look at things comprehensively, which means in a full, honest way. Because there's a lot of deception when you look at things through one perspective. Money has 3 perspectives: income, expenses, and the missing money. Gambling, drugs, buying too much stuff that you don't really admit to. If you can get a hold of those things, the anxiety comes down. The stress comes down. Now, when you got other people involved, that's harder. When you're living with someone and you're splitting the bills, joint bank account, when you got kids, even when I had a pet, it took me a while to realize I was spending about $400 a month in expenses on my pet. And I love to do it because I love to spoil my dog. She was a blessing, but I kind of had to know that. But when you live with other people, it's tougher. If you have a pet, if you have a child, it's tougher because there's a lot of variable. But you can get a baseline. And I don't recommend that if you're going to have kids or pets, you be cheap. There's no way you get in a relationship and you want to be cheap. I'll tell you right now, I would never want you as a parent, and I damn sure wouldn't want you as a lover or a friend. Why? Guys and girls, man, don't have kids or pets if you're cheap as fuck. Because the whole point of having someone in your life is to spoil them and enjoy them. There's a scripture that says if your child wants a fish, do you give them a rock? Some people do. Why? Because they don't want to work and they just want to be cheap as fuck to their kids. I thank God for parents that spoil their kids. I thank God for my parents. Not good if you can get too grown for that, but there's a season of your life for that. So here's the word of hope for all my single people. No pets, no kids. Don't be too stressed, okay? You have a lot going on for yourself. All my people have just recently been divorced. You have a reset. If you're in a relationship, no big deal. Have the conversation. Look at their credit score before you eat their coochie. Before you lick their balls, know where the missing money goes. You say, I hate when you talk like that. You have so much wisdom. I hate when you talk like that. Well, that's why you have missing money in your life. That's why you're broke as fuck. because you don't want to deal with the addiction. You don't want to deal with the truth, which is everyone has some dookie stained underwear or period stained underwear. And when you live with someone, you don't just see their Victoria's Secret. You see their period stained underwear. And when you live with a guy, okay, you don't just see his Calvin Klein boxers. You see pee on the side of the toilet bowl. And if you don't know that, guys, you've never lived with anyone. You don't want to acknowledge life. And if you don't want to acknowledge life, look, guys, there's a lot of delusion. Go watch a Disney movie. Go watch a Hallmark movie. And that's why you're divorced, watching Hallmark, broke as fuck. Go watch Bob Wells. That's why he's rich as fuck. Play to the delusional people that think they can live off $800 a month and not pay attention to these three things. So I hope this topic helped you tonight, because I try to pick topics that I've been through that I need to remain focused on. You, even when you know something, you can't get complacent in it. Focus, repeat, meditate that on which is good. You don't have to live with someone the rest of your life. And even if you do, if you're financially free in your own accounts, you're not really burnt out. See, guys, if you can get a hold of your life, and I know some people probably never, but I know most people can, but you're going to have to put a little effort into it. You're not just going to wake up from a nap and your life's better. You got to put a little effort in, but you're not going to die from a little effort. Okay? And consistency. Because you get excited. You told me, I met some guy left a comment saying, nice guy. He said, Sam, I've been disabled. I was laying in my house. And you're right, I've been lazy. I've been stealth camping for 3 weeks. I feel great. So he said, he's got a bad back, bad knee, but he's been sleeping in his car, traveling all around. I said, man, you put that much effort into stealth camping. Imagine if you put that much effort into doing a little work and then not being destitute. Imagine you put that much effort into taking care of yourself. Because this is what's going to happen to him. After 3 months or 9 months, he'll get burnt out and he'll be back in an apartment. Why? Because he's a low energy, high energy, not sustainable. Sustainability takes consistency. That's why depressed people, when they become nomads, they get excited, but then they eventually go back to a house. Why? Guys, you have to have sustainable habits. And you got to have enough money to endure some breakdowns, some extra money, gas. They just look at, I'm not going to have to pay rent. I'm going to save money. Let them tell you a story for a couple months. I'm not going to tell you that story in a couple years. They'll get a new car or they'll burn out or whatever. And that's why I don't say that to be hurtful. I say that to be helpful. If you got your money game together, then go for you. Okay. But you don't have to live on the road to get out of your house. And if you can't get out of your house without being forced out of your house. Now look, guys, there's a season of my life. We're going to go all live comments. There was a season of my life I was in the house. Now I still maintained a job, though, several jobs. But what I want to tell you is just start by walking outside your community at night. Like Money Revamp said, I saw one of her videos. Just start by taking weekend trips around the surrounding towns and cities. You can live in New Jersey and travel to Pennsylvania. You can live in New Jersey, travel to New York. You can live in Texas and travel to New Mexico. Now, Texas is big. That's a long, lonely thing. But you can do something without having to do everything. And then build your way up. All right, guys and girls, if you appreciate these videos, please click that thumbs up. It's free. It shows love and support. You want to be a member? I see my members in here. Doug, click that blue join button. Thank you to all my members. Adam, I see you, brother. Let's go to all these live comments. Money Revamp, I appreciate you staying with me. Andre, great to see you. Auto Diagnostics, good to see you. One finger up. Shout out to all my auto mechanics. You can make a lot of money in auto mechanics. Probably at least 50 to 80 grand. But got to manage your expenses and be wise. Sophie, great to see you. One of my newest members. I appreciate you. Let's get to these comments. Antoine, good to see you. If I miss a comment, please, guys and girls, type it again. Don't take it out of disrespect. Charlie, very positive. Great topic. Very important. Thank you. I appreciate that, Charlie. Outdoor Matt, love the name. Get outdoors as much as you can. Thumbs up. Spinning wheels. Hey, Sam. I am in the library right now. Okay. It is a good place for a nomad. Hope you are enjoying the Florida Rays and the Starbucks coffee. I am. Thank you. Thank you very much, Spinning Wheels. Good to see you tonight. Octagon. People bitch, period. They do, but people are also positive, period. You know, people are both positive and negative. And so all of us, including me, we're more tend to focus on the negative people, but there's actually decent people. Everyone's got their issues, you can't, including me, including you. See, when you look at life and you say, oh, there's only nasty people in the world, well, look at yourself too, because we all have a little bit of nastiness, a little bit negative. Most people are that, okay? And most people will, you know, if you're really down now, you're okay. But, you know, there's some really nasty people, but most people are in the middle. So just remember that so you don't get too negative, because one thing I learned, I have to remind myself, one thing I've learned is optimistic people, on average, are more successful than negative people. Negative people, they put on, you ever go to the dentist and you get that vest, like when you get a cavity, like this lead vest to protect you from the radiation in like the x-ray machine? There's some people, guys, they get so negative, they're waiting for the end of the world. And newsflash, we made it through another day and the world didn't end. Imagine if you live your life like it was going to, you lose every day. So they sit in their house, they keep the shades drawn, they put on their lead vest like they're getting an x-ray from the dentist machine, and all they're doing is destroying their mental health, destroying their money. If you have no other skill set, you can make a lot of money by showing up and smiling and staying out of trouble. Go to Walmart, be a greeter. You can't get burnt out being a Walmart greeter. You say, yeah, right, I can't deal with all those people. Be a nighttime security officer. There's no people. So all I can tell you in life, guys, you can figure out something to do with minimal effort. Now you've produced some income. Now you got to look at your expenses, and you're missing money, which is big purchases, gambling, drugs, etc. Okay. Good job. Let's go back to live comments. Octagon again, thank you. Money Revamp, great to see you. If you're still in here, Money Revamp, leave me a comment. Thank you for coming back, Money Revamp. Love to you. Caveman, hello, brother. Good to see you, Caveman. Jesse O, I didn't even notice you were in here. Jesse O is she was the first member of my original memberships. Jesse, housing is the biggest thing. Once you own your house outright, cash flow becomes better. That's true. Well, one is great to see you, but two is, Jesse, correct me if I'm wrong, you went bankrupt from too much risk on stocks. So housing is not your biggest cost. Missing money. I want to tell everyone, guys, including myself, you're missing money. Too much gambling, too much drugs, too much big purchases without recognizing it. If you can address those things, your income and your expenses, they become static. But it's discipline to not get caught in the drama. I'm not saying you can't do a little of those things. Now, be careful definitely with substance abuse. I'm not saying you can't do a little of those things, but you got to monitor, measure, understand your tax returns. Good job, Jesse. Great to see you. And congratulations on your home purchase. I may do it soon. Yvette, she's a member and she always blesses me so graciously. $20. Good to see you, Sam. Thanks for your words. Powerful. Yvette, thank you because you're more than gracious to me. And I thank you very much. I was thinking about you the other day because you came in here and you tipped me and you kind of never come in. So thank you. I want to tell you tonight that calm yourself, show up, focus, and manage your time. You can make some things in life easier. There's some things in life that suck, and there's some days that really suck. But the key is to try to get through one day at a time. Build up some momentum, build up some consistency, build some foundational habits. And when you get caught looking at your phone too long, push yourself off that. When you get caught looking at porn too much, you don't have to nofap, push yourself off it. Don't get stuck. It's very hard. Sometimes I see myself getting stuck, and I'm able to push myself to the next task. And I understand how some people, they may not have developed habits or they may not have the mental capacity. But I don't want to speak down to you. I believe many people do have the capacity. They need to retrain themselves and they need to stay focused on themselves. There's someone that came on my channel the other day, an old guy. He said, I don't think you know your audience. You have to tell them like basically like Bob Wells tells them. Like, don't tell people like, they can make money and they can do this and they can do that. Basically like tell people how to live on dirt poor income and do nothing. Guys, I'm not doing that. I recognize there may be a bigger audience for that, but I believe that on average, the average person can at least make the average income. I believe that even an average penis can make a girl squirt. I believe that average tit size don't need titty implants. You could still make a man hard. I am not going to talk to the world like they're destitute. I'm not going to talk to the old people that fucked off there in life. They got low social security, and now they want a young man who is trying to help people and myself to live their best life. I'm not going to tell them how to live their worst life. So, I say that with love, but I block that bastard. Why? If you're watching my videos and you don't get that, again, I want to preach empathy. I want to preach love. But if you, I'm not going to enable bullshit. So look, maybe we're just not on the same page. But in life, what you learn is you're going to see an ugly person with a good looking person. You say, how the fuck did they get them? Well, you know what? Because they started to believe in themselves and work on themselves, and they stopped caring about their insecurities. And they got better instead of below average. Some of you are below average. You look below average. And you let your insecurities make you go shopping. There's your missing money. I did it for a season. And you got all these nice clothes, and the guy's going to end up fucking some big bitch in a beat-up Honda Civic. Why? Because she's a freak and she don't give a fuck. And you got to have all your dress outfits match your shoes. And you're some guy, okay? You're trying to impress some girl, taking her to a fancy restaurant, taking her this, and she gonna go to that fancy restaurant. Girls love to go eat, but she's gonna fuck a guy who works for the parks department that drives a Toyota Tacoma. Why? Guys, you can't let this lazy attitude take hold of your entire being. You're going to live this below average life when you're not below average. And even if you're below average, compensate that with the things that you're above average. Okay? I mean, damn, and then use technology. Guys, in a world where we have technology, if you're dumb, all you have to do is Google the answer. There was some girl in here, great girl, I'm not going to say her name, I don't want to embarrass her. She was on disability. I would say something, she would Google the subject and come up with a great answer, copy and paste it. That's all. Guys, most of life is copy and paste in the technology era. You don't even need to know the answer. But then when I put a demand on her, when she started coming in here acting like a baby, I say, you're better than that. If you have the ability to Google research something, don't act like you can't do anything. Don't act like you have to quit your job and volunteer at a food pantry. Don't you give me that. I want you to know that if you can Google any answer, I want you to know that if you create a YouTube profile, I want you to know if you can get a strap-on dildo, you can compensate for what you lack. You ever see an old person walking with a cane? What are they doing? They're using a resource to compensate what they lack for. Should you tell someone with a limp, never go outside again, never walk? Or do you tell them to go get a cane or a walker and use their resources? Use your resources, whether it's a strap-on dildo, whether it's a cane, whether it's artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence. You got below average intelligence, now you got artificial intelligence. Compensate and live a life above the lowest level. At least give it a shot. Because here's my sales pitch. If you're already at the lowest level, okay, all you gotta do is change one little thing and you're a little bit better, even if you never get to the highest level. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, it's a very good sales pitch. All right, click that thumbs up. Damn it, Yvette, all my members in here tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, we're going all live comments. I gotta roll down my windows. Take a hydration break. Share this video, guys. We're going viral. 100K subs. Yeah. Damn it, I feel good today. All right, back to live comments. I believe I left off at, yeah, Jesse, thank you again. Good comment. Adrian, good to see you. Money Revamp, it's great to have you in here tonight. I love you. See, Money Revamp, this is why I love you. Because we had some tough conversations, but you come back. You are a strong woman. I never want you to hear me. You said, you were weak. I never want you to use that word again. It's okay to be weak. It's okay to be humble and say, I struggle with this. So I don't want you to always be prideful, like I'm strong, I can overcome this. But I remember I was working as an apprentice electrician, and this old guy, I hated electrical work, and, but I showed up, I did what I needed to do. Oh my God, $10, Sissy Taylor, all the way from Texas. Sissy Taylor, I see you on other channels. Never let anyone put you in the corner. Never let anyone just, read your comment and pacify you and put you to the side. Sissy Taylor, may you be number one in someone's life. May you be treated with the reciprocal energy and appreciation that you put out in this universe. I see you on YouTube. I see how much positivity I know YouTube. You put a lot of positivity in these comment sections. And sometimes the lack of reciprocal positive energy I see people put back into your life, I get upset. Because I did the other day, but I'm not going to say why. But I just want to let you know, Sissy Taylor, I see you. And I want you to know that there's an employer, there's a man, there's a dog, there's someone that's going to see that in you. And anyone that doesn't see that in you, don't let anyone make you their second choice. That's what I want to tell you tonight. Thank you, Sissy Taylor. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. And I appreciate your positive attitude because I see you out there. I see you out there. And what I want to share again with Money Revamp is that it's okay to say that you're struggling with something, but like I say, you come back in here. I know you got the right mindset. You're smart. You're strong. Let's do it. Outdoor Matt, laughing very true. Good. Laughter's good for the soul. My man, Spinning Wheels. He goes, look at their credit score before their coochie. Yep, I made that mistake one time. I ain't gonna lie about that. We learn from our mistakes. Yeah, I ain't lie about that. That's all right. I figured it out. Octagon, true. Thank you, Octagon. I like that name. Doug, my man Doug, Pacific Northwest in the building. Very positive guy too. Doug, my dog back in the day took my girlfriend's tampon out of the garbage and chewed on it through the house. That girlfriend had to go, kept the dog. Well, I'm not mad at that, and I'm not mad at the girl for keeping the dog and leaving the man. But I remember when my mom, she never got remarried, and she did the right thing. And she raised her kids. But then when we all kind of graduated high school, she dated this one guy. And he was a very nice guy. He had epilepsy in her 50s. And I see my girl Val in here. She's in her 50s. She looked good. Val looked good. And she was like, in the 50s, when a girl gets to her 50s, in my experience, they're like, I want to date one more time, before I get into the 60s. I mean, so let's make a little push, So, my mom dated this one guy in her 50s, nice guy, man. And they would go out, on the weekends and stuff. It was fun. They were respectful. And, but eventually, as my mom got to her late 50s, she wanted to stop seeing them. She wanted to stop seeing him because, again, now she was going to a new season, into her 60s, and she was getting older. And, some girls, they don't want, she knew she was never going to get remarried or be serious. She wanted a companion, but she also didn't want someone to grow old with or to take care of her, then to take care of her. So make a mental note for all my young men who are dating these older MILFs. They appreciate feeling the joy of a relationship again, but they don't want you to see them get old, and they've already been through long-term relationships. So they want to suck the goodness out of it, and then when it gets to the badness, they just can't take it anymore. So you have to accept that dating a MILF. It's like adopting an old dog. You're accepting that, you're not going to have that dog for 15 years. When you're dating an old MILF, 5 years. And when you adopt an old dog, 5 years. That's fact. Now, some people don't want to tell you that. I just told you that. But I say all that to say, when my mom broke up with this guy, she got another dog. 3 dogs. 3 dogs is too much. We eventually had to give that dog to a nice place in Pennsylvania. Because the emotional void that she had left her life with the guy, she had to pick it up through a dog. But when you have 3 dogs, you can't take care of yourself, can't take care of a house. Because then they run too much in a pack. Now, again, there's exceptions. These are my experiences, though. And 1 dog could be good, but even that's a lot of work, a lot of money. I spent $400 a month on my dog, and I'm glad I did. Don't be cheap if you have a dog or a girl or a pet. Let's go back to these live comments. Doug's laughing good, brother. Laughter is good for the soul. We made it through another day, man. The world didn't end. Thank God I masturbated. Thank God I went to work. Thank God I went in the ocean. Thank God I went live. Why? A lot of people didn't do any of those things. So what are they doing? Well, they didn't wake up for work. They didn't go to the ocean. They didn't masturbate. They didn't go live. So what happened? Well, I'm more valuable. Wow, 1 less person I'm competing with. Yeah, hey, guys, I'll drop out of the race. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, no, they ain't mad at me. All right, let's take pause. Octagon, dogs are good, a true friend. Yep, but they're a lot of work because it requires reciprocal responsibility. Doug, Octagon, hey. Valet, what's up, beautiful? Looking good out there in Texas. Doug, true, loyal, unconditional love. True, but to watch them die is unconditional pain. And, it took something out of my soul when my dog died. And that is another reason why I was like, I'm not going through that again. I'm glad I had a dog. They're a blessing. I love dogs. But it takes a lot out of you, man, especially at the end. Adam, good evening, Sam. Good evening, brother. Love to you, man. Here's our guy selling pies in the Upper Peninsula. Adam, you do the same thing, brother. Don't let any girl or anyone treat you like a second option. Looks like a beautiful day there in Florida. You know it because you're from Florida. 90% of the year is beautiful. The two worst months, I would say towards the middle of August to the middle of October, that 2-month period is the worst. But if you can find anything in this world that's 90%, that's why I think about a home base more than I think about an RV. But I also remember, though, I made it through another day without either, and I did everything I wanted to do. So the only thing is if, I get sick, hurt, or injured. But look, Florida for the win, guys. Out of all 50 states, where do you want to go? For me, I got to be by the ocean. Well, to me, treat where you want to live like dating online. It's a filter. Do you want to live by the ocean? Well, now you can eliminate every state that doesn't have an ocean. Do you want it to be hot most of the year? Now you can eliminate most of the country. What are you left with? South Florida or South California? What's the difference? One is a tropical climate. The other is a Mediterranean. One is a more conservative climate in some instances, but very diverse, South Florida. One is, more liberal, but more money in some jobs. So, pretty much take your pick. What did I pick? South Florida. What should you pick? Whatever you want. There's a lot of ways to live, guys. You could do good. Don't live like me. You say, I want to live in Kentucky. Well, I'm not mad at you. I had some good viewers from Kentucky. For me, not much, but I respect. But you're not going to see me do a video like, I want to travel to Kentucky. I want to cross that off to 50 states. Nah. Guys, I don't need a map, okay, to tell me I've been, I dated a lot of chicks, but there's some, I don't need to check that one off the list. I'll skip. Yeah. Yo, some people say, I want to travel to all 50 states. That's like saying, I want to date every type of person. All right, have you dated a person with one leg? Why would you, look, there's some people, you respect them. You don't disrespect someone with one leg, but you ain't going to go date them just because you want to cross off a list. So all my RVers out there, don't fall into this delusion that you have to go visit all 50 states. That's a complete delusion. So just filter your environment. Do you want it hot? Do you want it cold? Do you want mountains? Do you want it flat? Do you want water or do you want dry desert? So you say, well, Arizona has a lot of sun, it's hot. Yeah, it's dry as fuck too. Yeah. Okay. So to me, I like it wet. Now, but that's just me. Now let's take pause. Sophie, again, Sophie, purple, fire, member only emoji. Sophie shows up every day. She's so positive. Purple heart. Blessings on all in the chat. Thank you, Sophie. May you find your best path. She's very positive. I am praying for all here. Please pray for me. Pray for Sophie. Pray for Sophie. Pray for Sophie. Why? Because she's a positive person. She shows up every day. When you pray, Jesus said, pray once and let it go, because God already knows what you need. So all my people with OCD, repeat everything but endless prayer. CC Moon 199 super chat. Dating advice for a single 35-year-old woman with no kid. Get a dildo and stay single. That's what I would tell you. Now, at 35, if you wanted to go back in the dating game, I respect that. But at 35, you're now fully mature. And you have to ask yourself, I've dated some women in the 35-year-old range. They're going into a nuclear meltdown. Why? Because now is their last shot to have a kid naturally. So my concern, CC Moon, is that you have remained, if you're still single at 35 with no kids, there's a reason. I was single at 35 with no kids. There's a reason. So now, if you want to lie to yourself, it's like the missing money. If you want to lie to yourself while you're single, and I'm going to be honest with no disrespect, either you're butt ugly or you got problems or you just really been spared. So now it's like if you come back from a deployment overseas, you went to war, and you say, all right, yeah, I'm back. I'm bored. I'm thinking I may enlist in the army to go back, fight overseas, maybe help Ukraine. You got to ask yourself, because you've been through a life already, you want to go back into that? Because if you already fought through a war, if you fought through Desert Storm, if you went to Afghanistan, if you went to Iraq, you know, you went to Vietnam, you know, in 20 years, we're going to be best friends with Russia probably or whatever. Who knows? The politics are going to be different. And you got to ask yourself, do you want to re-engage in that? So I don't want to get caught in politics. I want to focus on dating. If you're single at 35, to go back into the dating world, there has to be a reason. If it's just for companionship, you have to remember why you left the dating world. And as a 35-year-old woman, from my experience, your nuclear reactor, your menopausal season of life is your body is yearning for a child. But I've dated a 53-year-old woman, and while they love their child, I don't know, it's like, so that's the best advice I can give as a single 41-year-old male. What should you do, CC Moon? Whatever you want. Because there's different ways to live other than me. But I think some of what I said give you some value. Back to live comments. Thank you again. Sophie Octagon, I'm not new. All love to you. I appreciate you. Valen, good to see you. Thank you for those thumbs up and a heart. If you haven't already, guys and girls, click that thumbs up. Thank you to all my members. Doug, he's a member. Purple Fire, Starbucks, Palm Trees. Yeah, thank you to all my members. Valen's here. Octagon, I agree 100%. Thank you. G, what's up, G? Those variable expenses get me. They've gotten me. I spent way too much on food and drink and alcohol. Yep. Well, you got a budget for it. The big missings are gambling, drugs, or buying things outside of food. Well, food could be a big thing. Alcohol could be a big thing. That's true. Octagon. Everything got a little more everything got a little more BS. But you're right, more good than bad. There you go. Much noise. So, yep. Yeah, you get life. You get it. Good job. Bruno says, I remember when you were shooting for 1,000 subs. Were you around that long? Wow. Now at 33K, way to go. Yeah, he said successful channel in the beginning. Well, Bruno, thank you, number one, for still watching me. Number two, thank you to everyone who watches me. Again, thank you to all my members. Thank you to everyone. Look, how do you do that? Well, keep a main job. Show up every day at your side job. Lower your expenses so you can be yourself on YouTube or your creative venture. Be a professional diplomat at your main job. Never quit that. So now you got a main job. Now you lower your expenses. You sell your house or you downsize. You don't buy a new vehicle. Now you pick up a side hustle that you're passionate about and you can go for it. Now, even your side hustle, you do it for 2 years, you get paid nothing. When I had less than 1,000 subs, I was paid nothing. You got to do something for a couple of years, get paid nothing with no guarantee. How do you do that? Keep a main job, lower your expenses. So now I'm very blessed. But through that work and through that process, that's what's taken me to 33K. Like I'm doing a live feed right now. There's 73 people watching in real time. There's 45 thumbs up. If you haven't already, click the thumbs up. When I was going live at around 1,000 subs, be 20 people in here. And I blocked a lot of people, and some people I feel bad about. Again, I apologize for people I've hurt along the way, because I probably have. I'm sorry. But, like I say, thank you. Thank you very much. G, not alcohol. I don't drink alcohol. I spend it on coffee, soda, spring water. Yeah, well, look, the whole reason you keep a job and you live below your means is so you can have Starbucks, you can eat out every day. That's a life where you're doing what you want. The reason you cut out Starbucks or eating out is because you got to pay down debt and get ahead. So, you don't want to live your life like you're dead broke. There may be a season of your life you have to live like that, but even making your own coffee. If you calculate coffee filters, coffee machine, the utility bills to heat the water, to clean the pot, you need a pan. The whole contraption, electricity plug-in, the mug, you got to clean the mug, you got to have soap. Guys, I'll never buy soap for a house where you got to clean dishes. I'm not doing that, okay? Then you got to have paper towels to clean the mug. So forget about it, guys. Just buy from Starbucks. Even though Starbucks is getting rid of disposable cups in a few years, they said. Sean, excuse me. Mini app tracks those forgotten expenses. A mini app will probably not track stock losses, fantasy football losses, drug use, some things that you don't want to track. So you just got to remember that's the missing money. Good job. Octagon, you crack me up. Well, laughter is good for the soul, and I thank you for that. Valen, I need new subscribers. Well, you haven't made a video in a couple days. You ain't going to get new subscribers, and I'm not going to recommend people go to your channel. Why? Because you're not showing up every day, and you did a live feed, you muted your live feed, you turned the video away from you. Don't do a live feed if you're not focused on your audience. It's like you treat us like the second option. That's why I got mad at you. You can't do a live feed and then treat your audience like a second option. What are you doing? Focus. Okay. If you clean hotel rooms like that, I would complain. Like, yeah, this maid came in here. She's on her phone doing a live feed cleaning my damn room. Focus, Valen. And don't go begging for the dick. You say, oh, now I'm mad at you. Well, see, don't go begging for subscribers. Just show up and focus on the subscribers you have. Don't go begging for a promotion to be the head maid. Just clean the shit out of rooms. Believe me, you'll get promoted. That's how you move up. You got 3 dogs and you got 3 focuses. You got to focus on one thing and maybe give away 1 dog. Now, do you want to hear that? No. What do you want to hear? I got more subs. I love you. Secret police. I'm new to this whole nomad spirit. Okay. What are some ways to make money on the road? I don't know where to start. Well, I had a main job before I hit the road. But if you have no job, that's a major red flag because you have to work on your life before you hit the road. But you could do anything in the gig economy, Uber, DoorDash, Lyft, Instacart. But if you're not working already, you're not going to do a good job at them. Why? You have no good habits. And then you can work any remote job, project manager, sales, customer service, etc. So, but again, if you're not already working, then you don't have habits. So that's a big red flag. Yvette, thank you again. You've been very gracious to me. Thank you, Yvette. Mr. Boucher, moderation is key. Yes, some things we can moderate. Some things for some people you can't. You can't even fuck with. So it's a balance, and there's no exact science. So you got to know yourself. Know yourself. Knowing yourself is the key to all decisions. Click the thumbs up if you agree. If you're 35 and single, know yourself. Why? And that's only an answer that you can give. Love to. Octagon, can I send me some too? No, you got to work for it. Doug, Yvette, good job. Thank you, Doug. Money Revamp. I'm listening. Love to eat. Money Revamp. Thank you for this comment. I'm eating dinner. Good. I love when you quote the Bible. Yep, I did 10 years in a church. Okay. Didn't get paid anything for it. It was an investment in me, and it was a building up of the foundation. Okay. And then I left it because I didn't want to get caught in religion, but I still built my life. So, again, some people, they're not working on their spiritual life. They're not working on their physical life. They're not working on their career. They want to know how they can live in a car, be rich as fuck, get subscribers, get everything. You got to do the work. And if not, guys, there's no way around that. It's true. Oh, J-Rock 499. J-Rock. Thank you, J-Rock. J-Rock, as we proceed to give you what you need, show up, smile, put some energy into cleaning that room, put some energy into that blowjob, put some energy into eating that cooch. Why? Guys, a promotion, an orgasm doesn't just happen by you sitting there doing your job, daydreaming, looking at your phone. It don't happen by you just spreading your legs, looking at it. You got to get into it. And I want to tell you guys, anyone who just lays there like a sloth, guys, just throw them some Doritos. Throw them some Doritos, guys. Okay. So, damn it, J-Rock, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Let's go. Thank you. Thank you, Money Revamp. She appreciates when I quote the Bible and when I quote other stuff. Bible also says a man thinketh, so his heart does. Yep. And the person who wrote that also had a couple wives and cheated on her. So, the Bible says a lot of things. Some I don't agree with, and some of them were just human. See, a lot of people say, how can you quote the Bible and read porn? Well, have you read the Bible? The people who wrote the Bible killed people to fuck their wife. So, I don't know if you read the Bible. I read the Bible. Okay, that's the problem. So, I don't think these people understand life. That's all right. I'll figure it out for them. Octagon. Octagon. Nah, do we like you? I don't know what that means, brother. Valin, I love you. Yvette, yeah, thumbs up. Mr. Boucher, laughing. Good. Octagon, smile good. Octagon, looking at something. Caveman. Also, are you masturbating because you're bored? No, because it's a healthy way to flush your reproductive system. Does a woman have a menstruated period when she's bored? No. That's part of her reproductive system releasing her egg. So a man has to release his sperm, okay? You have to know the reproductive system. I actually spent some time studying human biology. You must have spent a lot of time doing nothing. That's why you did NoFap, and your men going your own way. If you're bored, do anything else. You don't understand human biology. So you're probably delusional and underemployed or non-employed. I love you, caveman. Yeah, read some science on that, brother. Octagon. Yeah, 2 ambulances. Yep, they just picked up someone with blue balls. Octagon. Yeah, Mike Tyson knockout. Valen. Mi amor. You didn't say hi to me. Well, now I probably said bye to you because after what I just told you, I'm divorced for a reason. I love you. Don't get upset with me. Jeep. A lot of expenses at the convenience store or convenience. I don't plan out what I'm going to eat. Well, again, food is a big part of the budget. Once you've downsized and increased your income, it's not a huge thing. Food is more of a bigger part of the budget if you're broke, just like gas prices are, or if you got too many people in the house, too many mouths to feed. Okay? When you got one mouth to feed, it ain't that big a deal. I ain't lying about that. Money revamp. Respect. Now, you don't just tell people to live in their car. No. Especially if you're broke as fuck. Why? You can live cheaper in a hotel a shared apartment. I was on another live stream and this YouTuber who has great wisdom tells people to just take a leap without knowing their story. Yep. And what I can tell you is I've met a lot of people like that, in the religious game, in the money game, and it's sad. But that was to me part of my channel vision. Like, I keep a main job. I'll do this on the side, but I'm going to do it, and I'm going to speak the truth how I see it. There's other perspectives in the world, though. Thank you very much, Money Revamp. Octagon. I'll be honest, when I see a fine-ass wig on a clown, it bugs me deeply. Yeah, I don't get into that horror porn, man, but teach their own. Secret police. Copy and paste, yeah. Nothing new under the sun, nope. And now you can Google anything that is under the sun, and you can Google in different time zones. You're fine. Grandma A. Toyota Tacoma, the best truck ever made. There you go. A lot of people like that truck. Caveman. Only fools leap without judging the distance and their odds of success. Yes, you got to measure everything. Excellent point. Octagon's thinking about that good. We got a strap-on dildo from Octagon. Very good job. Man, I got a lot to learn. Fuck. Well, you put a dildo in the live feed, so you're learning. Caveman's laughing good. I love you. Sissy Taylor, I appreciate you. Thank you. Callie, what's up, Callie? Hey, Sam. Just got a channel monetized last week. Good. Keep showing up. Because you ain't making shit yet. Because I know when I got my channel, man, you'll make shit. Thanks for the inspiration. Good. Keep showing up, Callie. Good job. And keep a main job. Good job. Darren. Blah, 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 blah. You don't like me? Darnell. Want to see his reaction for someone donate 1,000. Well, it'll be the same energy when someone donates 99 cents because I give the same energy. But, you know, I think the most you can donate is 500, but I could be wrong. Lead. Sam, all jokes aside, you should do a TED Talk. Now, TED Talk is for lazy people that want to have their neurological windings stimulated, and then they're going to get all excited and sit there and then eat some Doritos and go to bed. Okay? TED Talk, guys, is for people who haven't masturbated, they haven't sweat in 5 years. And TED can't talk their big ass off the couch. Okay? I give you Sammy Talk, which is wake up early, don't take naps, work, side hustle, cut your expenses, masturbate in a sock. And if you get to that point, then maybe I'll do a speaking engagement. But I want $100,000 up front and I want 30% of the door. Okay? And if we ain't getting that, I don't need your money. Good job. G, I love the title, Missing Money. You got to give something, some mystery. Why do people like lingerie? Mystery. I dated a girl who didn't like to wear underwear. I didn't like it. Why? I like underwear. I like it. You know, you got to unwrap the gift. Now, I don't wear underwear. Am I a hypocrite? Well, I'm single. I'm 41. Nothing to unwrap here. But what I want to tell you in life, guys, you don't want to just go. Every good story has a beginning, a middle, and an end, and mystery in the middle. So in life, I know you want to skip to the cum shot, but that's why you're not getting any, because you got to get to the buildup. I know you want to skip to the 100K a year, but that's why you're not getting 100K, because you didn't want to pay your dues. I know you want to skip to being a nomad, but you forgot the self-care and building of life habits. So you can't just skip to the end. You got to have a beginning, a middle, and some mystery. We'll see how it ends. Good job. Yvette, thank you again. Yvette, escape from a bad marriage. Good job escaping. Too much abuse. Can't do it. He wiped me out financially. That's okay. It was worth every pain to get rid of him. I survived, still trying to get through. Well, Yvette, you got through. Every day you get through without him, you become stronger even if you feel weaker. Why? Because it's just like cigarettes. There was a time in my life where I thought I would never want to live without cigarettes. There were people I dated. I said, I don't want to live if I can't live with them. But as time goes on, you have scars that are part of your life from them. But you realize you got to go forward. And you couldn't put a cigarette in front of me and I'd be excited about it. I don't like them. Now, even though that I still admire some people I dated, I don't want to date them now. So you will get over it. You will find joy again. You will find joy again. But separate, and stay separated. See, a lot of people separate, then they go back. They say the average person goes through 8 breakups with one person before they truly leave. So one of the biggest pieces of advice I can give to you guys, once you know it's that bad, you got to break up, don't go back. Why? Because if you go back, you're going to realize why you broke up 7 other times. Never forget it. Good job. Thank you, Vet. Carlia, hey, good evening. Good evening, you. Octagon. I'm good. I just want a friend with benefits. Well, I did that. And what I could tell you, it's like having no job with benefits. It doesn't exist. So you either got to pay your own benefits, masturbate, or you got to deal with something else. So you either got to pay for your own benefits or you got to have a job that pays for your benefits. You can't just have it the easy way. Octagon. Sam for TED. Nope, I'm never doing TED Talks unless they give me a lot of money. Octagon. Hold on, Octagon. I just got to get rid of somebody. Okay. Octagon. I had a pit bull, had to give it away because damn neighbor. Well, it was your fault. Why? You the pit bull without understanding the type of breed and the type of environment you were bringing him into. So you have to take accountability. That's actually your fault. Octagon, I'm not allowed in Florida, kind of risky. I don't understand that. Octagon, hey, I like Governor of Florida. He's okay for a governor. He wouldn't be okay, in my opinion, on a larger scale, like as a president. Why? He doesn't have the right temperament. When you have a hothead temperament, you can run a small coffee shop. But if you're going to run a big corporation, you have to be a lot more diplomatic. And same thing with a presidency. Now, again, if we go into World War III, DeSantis will get elected in. But what I could tell you guys, living through different elections and different people, I have my preferences. But I keep doing what I need to do. And I talk about politics, but I did what I need to do, whether it was Reagan, Bush, the second Bush, Obama, Trump, or Biden. Now, again, I'll speak on my disagreements or agreements, but do what you need to do. Why? Because politics are just that, man. They're never ending. Octagon's in Idaho. Okay. Michael Hayes, what's up, man? Yo, Nomad, gaming is next level right now. Nah, I mean, I was a gamer back in the day, but what I can tell you is gaming is just like YouTubing. One is most people are not making money gaming. They're wasting most of their life. And after you're in your 30s, gaming, unless you're claiming the income on your tax returns, it's a hobby. That's your missing money. If you spend 4 hours a day gaming, you could have did DoorDash for 4 hours a day and made $80 a day. So at the end of the month, there's your missing $1,000 plus. Your time is your money. You're playing a game that costs you money, and your time is and you spending time on playing that game is preventing you getting money doing something else. So unless you're rich or that's your hobby, don't act like you're making money off it. Never forget it. You're spending money on it. Good job. Just join. Love to have you, Hayes. Octagon. I want to watch Anthony Bourdain going to the States. I'll just watch. Well, he's dead now. You can watch his replay. Octagon. Traveling played out. Too much work, man. Everyone's got to do what's best for them. CC Moon, thank you. I hope, again, I answered your question. Love to you. Octagon. Hey, Sophie. Octagon says, don't date dildo emoji. Hey, just joking. Don't be so sensitive. I don't know what you're talking about, but this doesn't sound like it's going to end good for us. Sam told me well. Well, thank you for that. Octagon, I'm 1% Italian. Don't care what your background is. Why I judge you by the content of your character, not your ethnic group. Octagon, sunglass face emoji. Thank you. CC Moon. You're right. Thank you. I love you, CC Moon. Woohoo. When in doubt, don't buy. I agree. When in doubt, take the promotion. If you do when in doubt, don't buy, you better do when in doubt, take the promotion. Why? Because there's 3 parts of money: expenses, income, and missing money. Gambling, drugs, or big purchases. So, gotta do both. Gotta do all 3. Sissy Taylor. I'm in between North Carolina and VA Beach. Oh, okay, my bad. Better weather. Good job, Sissy Taylor. Roderick. Damn it, one of my newer members. What's up, brother? Peace, Sam. Peace to you. Peace back to you. How is DoorDash? Haven't done it in over a year. Why? Because I was doing my main job, YouTube and DoorDash. I did DoorDash for several months. It was good. I wanted to collect enough data and build up a 4 to 6 month period where I did it consistently to know what I would make, but having 3 jobs burn you out. So YouTube picked up steam. I keep my DoorDash hustle if I need it, but my main job in YouTube is enough. 3 jobs is too much. You burn yourself out. So, but I still check the DoorDash app daily. And if I lost my main job, I'd pick up DoorDash immediately, still have YouTube, and probably still apply for another main job. Why? Because I'm 41 and I still want to build up a healthy enough for retirement. So that's kind of like how I analyze it now. But yeah, if you go to a populated area in Florida, especially Southeast Florida, DoorDash, you should be able to make $3,000 a month, if not more. But you're not going to make more than $4,000 a month. And then you got to subtract about 30% for expenses, gas, wear, and tear. So your net income on doing DoorDash would probably be somewhere between $2,500 to max $3,500 net income. Hopefully that helped. And you got to really hustle it. You got to accept 90% of deliveries in a populated area. Good job, man. Love to you. Good to see you. Thank you again for being a member. Sissy Taylor heading out. Good to have you, Sissy Taylor. Coffee, heart. Good seeing you too. Octagon. Hi. Refocus no matter what. That's right. Always hit that refocus. Secret Police. I've had a job for a while. Thank you for the advice. Thank you, Secret Police. Octagon, thumbs up. Thank you. If you haven't already, guys and girls, please click that thumbs up. It's free. I appreciate that. J-Rock. Any good Italian pizza joints down there? I don't eat pizza anymore. I eat the same thing every day. Starbucks, a protein bar, grilled chicken sandwich, half a 6-inch whole wheat piece of bread, and then a grilled chicken sandwich at night. For the most part, there's some variation. But I don't really eat too many fried foods or pizza or anything anymore. Nothing great out here in Northern Cali. Miss good food, Pittsburgh pizza. Yeah, Northeast has good food, but again, I was obese, and again, it's cold weather, it's dreary. So South Florida has more the Caribbean, Mexican. There's a lot of different vibes, but it's not really pizza. It's not really Italian. It's more Cuban, Caribbean dishes. Even though the seafood is actually not that good in South Florida, I reckon the seafood in the Northeast in the late summer is actually better. Hopefully that helped. Thank you again, J-Rock. Good to see you, man. Shout out to Northern Cali. If you can, see if you can get to Southern Cali, man. A little bit better weather, maybe. But you may like the mountains. Octagon. I do church, temple, mosque. Why not? As long as you do a job, too. Why? Because faith without works is dead. So if you know everything about religion, but you're not a productive person in society, you're just a hypocrite with philosophy. Octagon. J-Rock, you rock. Amen. Alex. What's the one thing that made you up your self-esteem game? Self-care. And I was kind of always born with a little bit like I was shy, but if you push me to a certain point, even when I was young, I wouldn't deal with it. So, now I play my position because like I say, guys, there's sometimes you got to let an offense slide. Why? One is you're either going to lose your life, or two is just not the right time to go crazy. But self-confidence, again, I think there's a certain level that I was born with, so I don't want to take full credit. And then I think it came through doing the work of my life, which empowers you. And part of that's what we're talking about tonight, doing the work of your life financially. There's many layers of doing the work of your life financially, spiritually, emotionally, etc. Right? So I've certainly have insecurities. I've certainly failed in life. But hopefully that answers your question in a comprehensive way. Yvette, preach. Thank you, Yvette. Good to see you, and thank you for everything. The Secret Police. Octagon doing spiritual CYDA. I don't know what that is. Octagon. I'm in Northern Cali and lives in Queens, Astoria. Ain't no pizza joint out here. Octagon's laughing. Secret Police. Laughing at me now. Good, love you. Laughing some more. Good. Octagon. Sorry, commenting too much. That's all right. I love you. Showgirls. What's up, showgirls? Good to see you. I appreciate you being... Showgirls, you're a very strong woman. You're a survivor. I always told you that. Showgirls. Hey, what's up, showgirls? Pure Facts here. It's great to see you, showgirls. I appreciate you. Captain Kirk. Moving to Florida in November. Best of luck to you. Very excited. Good, you should be. No more wasting my life in cold winters. I'm happy for you, Captain Kirk. I want you to live a great life. That's awesome. I believe Octagon was saying he quit cigarettes. Is that? Yeah, quit cigarettes. I did too. And smoked one like a month ago, and it was nasty. Yep. And hope you have a similar reaction like mine. Never go back. No, that's fact. Yeah, to me, again, I spent 2 years back and forth with cigarettes. Then after that, I quit. I never went back. Now I can't even stand to smell cigarettes. That's like 20 years ago, 15 years ago. Octagon laughing good. Robert, what's up, Robert? Good to see you, man. 3 thumbs up. Thank you. If you haven't already, guys and girls, click that thumbs up. Thank you, Robert. Robert, have you been to Las Vegas? No, don't desire to. Why? Because I don't like gambling in casinos. I don't like dry environment, and I don't like clubs or bars anymore. So I filter what I like, and I don't just try to check something off the list. So to me, I respect Las Vegas and the people there, no disrespect, but it doesn't have anything that I'm interested in. So I know myself, so it'd just be a waste of time. Love from the UK. Love to you also, Robert. Shout out to the UK. Secret Police says CYDA. Oh, it means covering your own ass. Oh, okay. Thank you. Octagon. Thanks for the motivation. You got it, brother. Got to make that money. Yes. And do something you love on the side. Why? Try to, again, you don't have to retire from your main job, but when you're financially free, if your job brings you stress, you're not going to be burnt out and have a meltdown. Why? Because you're not stressing about gas. I know people that make great money and they have a mental meltdown. Why? They have a lot of problems at home, a lot of kids, a lot of bills, a lot of toys. And that, guys, all you got to do is put a straw on a camel's back and it fucking breaks. You know what I mean? Captain Kirk, any diet advice? Go for a walk, eat out less. Octagon, keto, no. Keto's for fat people who don't want to change their life. Octagon. But do blood work 3 months and 6 months in. Blood work tells you a lot about your health. That's true. Then you got to do the work of your life. 90% of all doctor advice is get the proper amount of sleep, which is 6 to 8 hours, no more, no less. Eat a healthier diet and be active. 90% of doctors' advice is based on 3 things: proper sleep, proper diet, proper exercise. Most people just want to get their prescription refilled at CVS. It's true. But there's nothing wrong with that, because I know some good people need to get their prescription filled. But I want to make the point, you also got to do the other things if you can. If you can't, I understand. Yvette, what kind of car do you have? Jeep Renegade. You have a Nissan Rogue? Okay. Thinking about conversion. Yeah, that Nissan Rogue, you'd be fine in that. But have a dog too. Any advice? Well, a dog too is not a deal breaker. Why? Because if it's just you and a dog, that's fine. But if you have a lot of stuff, not good. Because you only can put so much stuff in that. And then you're going to tell me you're going to get a storage unit, and then you go to this algorithm. So now, but I wouldn't tell you to go get a $100,000 RV just because you have a dog. My question, Yvette, would be, what's your age? What do you plan to do for your job? Are you working remotely? And how long is your anticipated nomad life journey, and why are you doing it? Is it for an adventure? Is it for a long-term lifestyle? Like as an example, I sold my house in New Jersey and decided to live in a car because to get to Florida, I didn't want to buy a property in Florida. I didn't live here. I didn't want to rent in New Jersey or buy a property in New Jersey without at least trying this. I felt like I was in a win-win. Like if I keep my job in New Jersey and I sell my house, I decreased my expenses. I have the same income. And I was young enough to give it a shot for at least a year. But at any time, I would have rented or bought a house if I didn't like it. So, and that's why you see like this past year, I've been focused on a home base because I kind of got to the objective of why I did it. But now I'm kind of stuck in, do I want to give up the freedom of the nomad life for the conforming life? And I always go back to me being financially independent is my biggest wild card. As long as I'm financially independent and don't risk too much money on investments and maintain an income, I could keep punting that decision. So that kind of will help you talk that out with yourself, Octagon says some don't do well, and first test will usually be out of whack, but second will improve things usually. Okay. Yvette, I'm a teacher. Okay. The good news about being a teacher, I dated a couple, is that you have the most stable job in the country. You work for the government. You're probably never going to get laid off, and you have a pension. The bad news, you're going to live wherever your school district is, probably until you're in your late 60s. The bad news is that does not really translate well to the nomadic life, especially because I think there's even more of a dynamic, where that's such a bureaucracy, like someone in the school finds out you're living in a car and it's not a private, even in the private sector, I mean, not that it's illegal, it's wrong, but you have a very static job with no real opportunity to work remote. And what would be your objective? Let me continue to read. She goes, I'm a teacher at the age of 40, want to travel and want to be out of the mainstream. Well, being a teacher, unless you work as an independent contractor as a teacher, you have the most static job in America. So you have to give me some more information about your middle age. So your age gives you a good chance to do the lifestyle because you still have enough health and energy where I think you could be a nomad. But you have a pet and you have a static job and you don't have a real objective other than to travel. So based on what I hear, we're going to read more. You would do better to live in a smaller apartment or a smaller house by your school district, manage your expenses, take vacations whenever you want. You got all your summers off. You have 2 months off a year and you still have vacation time. So that should fulfill your travel bug. Let's continue to read. Milano, what's up, brother? Good to see Milano and Emilio living in their Class Bs in South Florida in Miami. They've been watching my channel for a long time. What's up, Milano? Sammy, yeah, gas gone down a little bit. Gas is $3.84 at BJ's in Miami. Milano, shout out to you. Shout out to Emilio. Love to you both. I appreciate seeing you, Milano. It's great to see you, man. Announcer 3. Best part of getting expenses down and income up is freedom. Yes, mainly in the mind. Flexibility to put mental health above income. Well, if you have low income and if you have real bad mental health, that doesn't solve it. So I want to be clear. There's several components of life. Finances is one, and you need income because if you don't have income, you'll be depressed. I know depressed people that quit their job. Now they're more depressed and more broke and more destitute. Keep a job, minimize your expenses, because even if you don't need the money, you have to do something. Depressed people, even if they're rich as fuck, they'll sleep all day, they'll take a nap. They got to push themselves. Got to stay active. Flexibility and not being chained to a big bill. Well, and pushing yourself to do something. Because if you're chained to your bed, even if you're rich, you're depressed. And you're not using your gifts. You might as well be dead. I hate to say that. Not to you, announcer, but in theory, you know what I mean? Yvette, I want a new life. Well, that's a red flag. I love you, Yvette. You've been more than gracious to me. And I want to show you respect, and I want to be honest with you. I think it's good that midlife you figured out that something's missing, because I did that. But it would not be good for you to get on the road without a little bit more specifics and plan and thinking about that, which I don't want to repeat what I just told you about the teacher thing. But what I would tell you is enjoy your time with your dog. How old is your dog? Let that season run out. Don't get another dog. And really work on the weekends. Travel 60 miles in your car with your dog. This is what I did. I'm practicing what I preach. On the weekends, when I still had a house and a dog, I would take my car, would take my dog, and I would go for a 2-hour drive, and I'd go visit a park, or I'd go visit a town. Do that. Now you have something to do this weekend, even in the colder weather. And then when you have the summers off, then you can take an extended trip. Plan your trip now. And then when your dog passes, maybe it's years down, don't get another dog. And pick up a side hustle. Showgirls does it. It's called, what is it called, Showgirls? That teaching app. It's called Native Camp or something, where you can be a teacher online. You can teach foreigners English. And I'm sure you got a skill set in whatever, you teach. You can teach something else. You can make money. That's like a DoorDash for teachers. Pick that up. Now you have an opportunity to make money, maybe long-term if you go remote, right? So hopefully, I'm just throwing out some things. I respect that you want a new life, but I want you to build a new life on a good foundation. Because if you want a new life, but you build it on a bad foundation, then your new life is just as bad or worse than your old life. So I want everyone to hear that. If you don't like your life, that's okay. That you say, I'm not happy in New Jersey. I'm not happy in this marriage. Well, okay. Don't leave New Jersey right away. Keep your job, sell your house. That's what I did for 2 years. If you're getting out of a breakup or a marriage, okay. Don't date someone else for at least 2 years. That'll fuck you up. See, because you can't go from one thing to another without doing that in-between work. People go from one thing to another, and that's what fucks them up. Doug, Nikki, the girl lives in a Prius. Yeah, she was a cheerleader. She got parents she got money, so she's living. And she hustling it. You got to understand that she's got money. She's hustling YouTube. Nothing wrong with that. We're all working, but there's a difference between Nikki, who has parents that have money, good home, and she already had some celebrity, and she looks good and she's young, versus an old, destitute, ugly woman who's living on $800 a month. So that's the problem. They see Nikki and say, I can live on my Prius. Well, one is Nikki already had the communication skills and the public relations skills being a cheerleader for a professional football team, and the support system with a family that she can always go to live with if she needs to get off the road, and good looks, and the ability to communicate. So if you have all those things and you make a video regularly like her, maybe. But see, most people don't have all those things. And you got to play to your strengths, not to Nikki's strengths. Good job. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Yeah, fuck you up. Yvette, thanks to their advice. I love you, Yvette, and I appreciate you. I want you to live your new life, and I want you to live it in a great way. Pat Go, what's up from the Upper Peninsula? Shout out to you. Good to see you, Pat Go. Yvette, my dog is 3 years old. Okay, so you got a long road then. Half Jack Russell, half Chihuahua. My dog is crazy as hell. My dog didn't calm down until about 3 or 4. And a Chihuahua barks loud, and they live till about 15. So if you're going to keep your dog and you're going to stay a teacher, you should keep your house or just downsize your house or downsize your apartment and take weekend trips. Now, what should you do? Whatever you want. But this is my opinion based on my experience in life, but always leave room to do what you want. Melvano, nothing like working because you want to instead of have to. That's exactly what we're talking about. You're not going to get burnt out working if you live below your means, if you do the things you want to do. And here's another pro tip, Yvette, which I practice what I preach. If you want to go live in a different area, filter it like you would filter a dating app. Do you want to live by the mountains? Do you want to live by the ocean? Do you want to live in a hot... And see if you can get a teacher transfer. That may be harder and you may just want to travel. You may not want to go to another state. But maybe a different environment would enhance that. Maybe not. Again, a teacher's life is very stable. The nomadic life is very volatile. Traveling is volatile. To me, this is my opinion, Yvette and everyone listening, it sounds like you have an imbalance. You have so much stability, you crave travel because it's instability and a rush. And that's good. There's nothing wrong with that. Try just adding some more weekend trips and planned vacations and a smaller house and more walks outside. Because what I learned living in the same house for 15 years and for the first 10 years pretty much being a hermit, just walking outside in your community may be a vacation. Just walking to the next community and not taking your car may be a vacation. Going to a park 2 towns away from you may be a travel vacation. Because we get stuck in our same house, to our same coffee store, to our same everything. And within your same town, within your same state, start there. That's what I did. And that will help you a lot. Get a clearer vision on your life. And then you got through another day. Now your dog's older, you're older. And then you'll have that time in your life for the next season. All right, good job. Yvette, yep, you got me. I've been there. You're right. Thanks so much. You're killing it, Yvette. You got a great job. You're a great person. You got a great dog. And guess what? You have a lot of pros. Because Yvette, I'm going to end it on this. When you want to get down on yourself, Yvette, remember this. You have a good career. You're halfway through it. You have your health. You have a companion. And you have a lot of options. It may not be the best option right now to sell everything. I don't recommend that. But you have a lot of other options. And you have a lot of good things going for you. So, you know what I mean? Just focus on making some changes. And life will get better because you got a lot going for you, okay? A lot of people would trade places with you. Never forget that. Caveman. Well, Chihuahuas are weird, so that makes sense. Was it a good dog? I'm not sure. You know, all dogs have their pros and cons. But love and respect to everyone out there. Thank you again for watching. Thank you to all my members. Thank you for all the gracious super chats. Cartoon Mark, I missed you. I apologize, brother. I missed some comments, too. Cartoon Mark, love you, Sam. I love you too. I'm feeling good today after a long brisk walk. Well, when in doubt, go for a walk. Cartoon Mark, I love you. Cartoon Mark, I love you. Cartoon Mark, I love you. And I missed a comment. A vet said, yes, my last dog died at 18. Yeah, Chihuahua, so you know. Caveman, bro, I'm 33 and I look 20. I feel like I'm 60. Don't work yourself to death. Caveman, if you don't work yourself, and the more you work, the more you move up. The more you quit, the more you stay at the bottom and you have to work harder. And then when you're in your 60s, you're going to be caveman on low social security because you got burnt out, you quit, and then you went to the bottom of the totem pole. I worked at the bottom, and it's harder work than working at the top. You get to the top by staying in the workforce and taking the promotion, not by quitting, and then you're old. Wait till you're old and you ain't got money. You're going to look like you're 95, okay? So just take it easy, caveman. I love you, brother. Melvano, I evaluate over 1,000 psychiatric patients a year. I do too. I'm a YouTuber. Back to Nolan. 199. Back to Nolan. Back to Nolan, man. I'm evaluating over 1,000 psychiatric patients a day. Damn it, Peyton Nolan. I'm doing the best I can, brother. Thank you, Peyton Nolan. Thank you, Peyton Nolan. Someone asked me if I got $1,000 super chat, how would I react? The same way as if I got $199, because I work from the bottom, okay, and I keep working. I don't wait until I make $1 million super chat. Okay, I work for $199 or $1 million, and that's how you move up. And that's how you evaluate psychiatric patients. And that's when you tell them, I'll be back after I go get my Starbucks. I love you guys. That's it. I'll see you next one. Yeah, tell them go take a break, guys.